everybody. Happy Thursday here. I just wanted you guys to be a part of this when I get started on part 2 of this furniture makeover. My name is Dionne Woods and I am the owner and artist at theturquoiseiris.com, and I made the joke just a second ago that I'm back for like day 1500 and 1492. Actually it's day 99 of my lives. I missed one day in November, one day in December, and I've already missed a day in January. I may miss some more, but oh good. Hi AJ, I'm so glad you're here. You guys, I showed you guys this dresser yesterday, so we're on part 2. Okay, yesterday I did more yakking than anything else. Told you 4 things that you definitely did not know about me. Hi Lucinda Bud. Took off the hardware, and just a quick review. Let's get right into this. We're gonna go with Hey Sailor, which is DIY's oh yay, J-Po's here. DIY's navy, and then letterpress gray, which is a medium gray, and then a little bit of mint chip. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of recreate the look that I did on a hutch over 1.5 years ago. It was the very first tutorial that I put together and sold for $10 per tutorial, and I want to recreate as best I can that denim look. So we're going to get started right away. I'm going to start I'm just going to work on this section right here. I'd like to work when the paint is still wet, and I also work in sections, so I'll probably end up doing this whole piece and then this whole section together. I'm so glad y'all are here. Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1492. Yep, I don't know what, when I wrote down that number that this is day live 1492, I thought of that. So I hope everybody's having a great day. We just finished editing Little Miss Iris, episode 4, coming out Saturday morning. It seems every week there are more and more bloopers, and that little Iris stole my phone. So just get ready for that at the end. Lots of bloopers. Oh good, I'm glad. Yeah, lots of stuff going on today. We've got basketball tonight, and let me just tell you, it's been one of those days where I felt stupid and I've cried. And does anybody else, when they feel dumb, does anybody else cry? Like when you're frustrated, do you cry? Because that's me. And bless Matt's heart, he didn't like laugh at me. But yeah, when I'm frustrated, I cry. And I almost did the whole whoosh of the computer, get up and walk away. I think it's immaturity. I don't know what it is. But that was my day today so far, and it was really only about 1.5 hours to 2 hours ago. I was in tears. You don't want to hear what happened? I'll just get it out. It'll make me feel better. Or I'll just be, y'all just know a little bit more about me and how I handle things. Ha ha! All right. God, I love this navy. I absolutely love this navy. It's Hey Sailor. By the way, all of my tutorials, they're pre-recorded classes, are $30 off. If you guys haven't taken advantage of that sale, I was also asked today how long my sale will be on. I don't know. It's a great question. I don't know, Nikki. I don't know. They're normally $77. I took them $30 off, and so they're $47. And these are pre-recorded, step-by-step furniture painting. I mean, I show you how to do tons of different finishes, but those are available on my website. Okay, so we're hoping for a denim look, but the first thing I'm going to do is cover in Hey Sailor over the whole piece. So I'm going to do this section and let it dry, and then we'll come in with the second layer where we start adding in our faded blue colors. But yeah, my day earlier, I was crying 1.5 hours ago, pouting, feeling sorry for myself. So last week, I sent my precious Abigail a message, who helps me with my website and placement of photos, and anytime I need anything updated or changed, she's my go-to girl, and she's so patient with me. And I tell her all the time, girl, I just paint. I don't know what you're doing. I don't understand. It's just WordPress, guys. There's just certain things that you're really good at, and certain things that you not that you shouldn't do it, but it would save so much time just to ask somebody else to help you, right? So I sent her an email last week and I'm like, hey, I'd really love to update the photos. If you guys are just popping on, I'm starting on part 2 of this makeover, and I'm telling a story about how about an hour and a half ago I was crying because I'm a big fat baby, and that's just the way that I handle things sometimes. It's ridiculous, frankly. It's ridiculous. So Abigail, this was last week, and she sends me a message. Sure, of course. Which photos would you like to do? Just send them to me and la la la. She's so nice and patient. And honestly, the last sentence I said to her today and via email was, I know you must just sit back and laugh at me. She didn't reply. She's so nice and respectful. This is Hey Sailor, which is a color by DIY. So Matt rescued me. Matt saved me from my tears. So today I'm just not getting a chance, because people ask me this all the time. This is the question I get almost every day. How do you juggle it all? How do you handle it all? How do you get everything done? How do you do it? How do you? I don't. I mean, I get a lot of stuff done, don't get me wrong. I got a lot of stuff done. But don't get me wrong, there's just some things I need help with, and when it's technology and computers, and really these things aren't hard. They're not hard. I don't want to be spending the time learning it. And that's the thing where I get onto myself for being so immature and just petty. Like, come on, lady, figure it out. But I really just wanted to come out here and paint with you guys. Okay, so I replied to Abigail today, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to start sending you some photos. And here's this, and this, and I want them on this page. This page goes with this. So this is how I know I can't do everything, but I get asked every single day, how do you get so much done? How do you get so much done? Oh my goodness. So it's with help. I send her photos and she immediately replies back and she says, okay, some of these photos are vertical. They're not going to load up on your website very well. Mind you, when I do a task and I send it, I'm done. I checked it off my list. I'm done. So when it comes back, I'm like, oh, I'm not done. Put it back on my list. Hang on. So I had 8 photos with 8 pages on my website. This photo goes with this. Update this, update this, update this. So I had to use my old computer because those images are saved on my old computer. I have a brand new Mac computer that Matt made me buy for Christmas. Actually, it was before Christmas, I guess, but I'm still getting used to it. I still don't really know all the ins and outs of it, and frankly, he uses it more when he's editing our videos for Little Miss Iris. So he's more familiar with it than I am because I keep going back to my old one. He's like, you ever gonna learn this one? I'm like, I have to learn something new. I ain't got time. That's what I say, ain't got time. I mean, I don't really talk like that. I'm just being silly, okay? So I'm on my old computer. I send her the images and she immediately replies, hey, some of these are vertical and they're not gonna look very good. They're blurry and I really need them in a JPEG. And I'm like, all right. I don't know. So, okay. So I go to my phone and I email them from my phone. Does this work? She's like, well, if we do this, then this is going to happen. If we do that, then that's going to happen. And these 2 are still in Hotmail. I need them in. Can you get them? Do you have them saved in a JPEG? And I'm like, well, I don't know. I guess I'm going to have to figure this out. This is not something I ever mess with. And she's like, okay, sounds good. So then I'm like, I'm not mad at her, for God's sakes. I don't want to take up her time. And then I'm already feeling bad because I'm literally taking her time. And she's, oh my goodness. Wrong button. So she's literally, taking her time out to answer my emails. And so by then my blood pressure starts to kind of rise because I'm feeling silly. And I'm feeling like this is something I should understand. I should be able just to boop, 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 real fast. So then I go to my new Mac computer, and I find one of the paintings that I was sending her, one of the images. I'm like, oh, this one's on here. So then I can't figure out how to save, like, no, wait, I can't remember. I found it, but I couldn't figure out how to like save it in the right section of the computer to email it. What? So about that time, Matt walks in for lunch, and he's looking at me, and he can tell by the look on my face. And I'm like, I don't even know. I don't know how to do this, and I'm wasting her time, and I don't know what to do. And he's like, well, what are you trying to do? So I tell him, and he's like, well, do this. Mind you, he never works on the computer. He's an electrician. It's not his thing either. He doesn't do social media. So, but somehow he already knows. And so he goes, you just do this, this, and this. Okay, Gail, export to, I know, whatever. That doesn't happen on my old computer. It doesn't happen like that, okay? It has to be the new computer. I'm still learning the new computer, the Mac, how everything just works with my phone. It's already there. He goes, honey, all of these images on your phone are already on your computer. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I forgot about that. That would have, yeah, okay. Yeah, right, Gail. It would have, it's so simple, right? Well, I'm frustrated, and then he says this, and then he's like, just send this to her. Can you just email it to see how they're all here, JPEG? Just email it to her. And I'm like, well, I know I need to go into my email, and gosh, he's like, no, just click this button right here and then go to email. And there it went. Email, but I was already had my head down like this, and the tears were coming. Because I spent an hour going back with her, back and forth, while she's trying to explain to me what she needs from me. I wasted her time. I wasted my time. And Matt came in and he helped me, and I was just like, oh, honey, I just forgot. Like, and he was like, it's okay, now you know. But guess what? I do that so little that in 6 months when I have to do it again, I'm not going to remember. I don't do it enough. I'm not going to remember. So yeah, the question that I get asked, I got to plug in my phone. The question I get asked every single day is, how do you do it all? I don't do it all. I don't know how to do it all. I definitely love people that help me. And just when I think I've got something figured out, I don't. I'm just like you. I'm just like you. So while this side's drying, let's move over here to this side, guys. So we're going to come in with some letterpress gray sticky note to remind you. Yeah, write the sticky note. But you know what? It'll get lost in a sea of sticky notes. Plain and simple. There'll be a sea of sticky notes floating around the house. So the whole, yeah, just save it to a JPEG thing. And I'm just thinking, God love her. I know she sits over there at her computer and laughs at me. And I'll say that to her. She's like, no. Yeah. I know she must. So yeah, guys, I don't do it all. But I love that when I get asked it. But boy, if you only knew the truth. My frustration level, you know how some days we're more patient than other days, or more patient with ourselves, or, you know, and then I just regret. Here's the thing. And then I wanted to say to her, I don't care. You just pick pictures and do it. I don't care. And Matt looks at me. He goes, you really don't care? You really don't care? And I'm like, well, I mean, I did, but now it's taking for an hour, and I don't care. I just want the pictures on there, new pictures. What kind of attitude is that? What kind of attitude is that? So that's my story about people asking me how I do it all, huh? Some days I just don't. Some days I don't. Some days I need extra help. Some days Matt comes to the rescue. Some days other people rescue me. But it's certainly good to ask for help. Some days we waste time learning, but did we really waste the time? Yeah, I guess it depends on your perspective. I felt like I was wasting my time. Am I going to remember how to do it next time? Possibly. Maybe I'll be familiar with my new Mac by then. But I keep going back to the old computer. Simmer down. It's okay. LOL. Well, it's one of those times when you're frustrated and you tear up and you cry and you think, God, what is wrong with me? Like, why can't I figure this out? This has to be something that's so simple or she wouldn't be asking me to do it. But you know, when you feel like someone's thinking you're dumb, and of course she's never thinking that. And if she is, I would never know. But you know that moment when you're like, I'm so not very smart right now. No, Cindy, I'm gonna open them. And actually there's huge gaps here. You just don't see them, but it's more so in the older pieces that actually kind of swell a little bit, but these are not going to stick, no. But I will pull them out when I'm not working on it before it's dry. This is a really thin coat too, but no, I've been painting like this for years, and this is definitely what works out best for my style. Definitely. So that has been my day. I hope that tomorrow, which is day 100, you guys, day 100 of my lives. I have missed 3 days. I missed Christmas, I missed Thanksgiving, and then I missed a day in January last week where I told Matt I'm going to skip today because I got nothing. I have nothing to say. So this is going to be Hey Sailor, or it is Hey Sailor, I should say. Then I'm going to come back in with some gray, which is letterpress gray. I don't use it very often, but I do love to mix it with the Hey Sailor. And then I'm going to add the mint chip. What the mint chip does is actually gives it the faded, mint chip mixed with the Hey Sailor pulls the richness of the blue out, and it's a really good combination. So I'm really, really looking forward to this makeover. I'm going to kind of highlight the drawers in the center with the lighter colors because it's that serpentine French Provincial. I'm really looking forward to it. And then, of course, we have to decide if we're going to use any kind of stamps or transfers or anything from IOD just to highlight it and make it even more unique. We have to decide, but we'll decide that as we go. That's kind of how I roll. I have a plan, and as far as the plan goes, these 3 colors is as far as I've gotten. I will use black wax on it because it also gives the denim look. But I'm really just trying to put this on. I use Paint Pixie brushes. This is just the number 12 oval. And you know, there's no sanding, not with DIY paint. You don't have to. I cleaned it real well and made sure there was nothing gunky and chunky, but that's all that I've done. The lighting has changed on me, and I apologize. It looks really yellow for some reason, and it wasn't doing that earlier. Just want to make sure you can see the piece real well, but it looks pretty yellowed right now. I love those brushes. Oh, Lena, aren't they wonderful? So in some of my previous online classes I've recorded, there's been ombre. We did a Monet finish where we actually painted the piece of furniture on its side. We put paper, we finger painted on the piece of furniture and painted flowers. We did a very rustic gray farmhouse piece with a metallic as well, and combined several different layers. So all of those are available on my website right now at $30 off. Like I said, they're pre-recorded and you get the link with the password, so you get to save it. It's yours to keep. It's not like you watch it once and it's gone. So I'm just putting the base coat on this piece. It's funny, yesterday there were 2 of you that said you had just bought the same dresser. So I'm anxious to see what you guys are planning on doing with your piece as well. Right now, I'm gonna not lie, this is kind of the boring part when you just put the base coat on, and I don't always put a base coat on. Sometimes I actually work in sections without putting a base coat on, but the finish of this It's not dried out like a lot of my antique wood is. And I don't have to do a base coat. I just start and go in little sections. But with this one, I wanted to do it like that. So I'm going to let this sit and dry. Guys, tomorrow's is day 100. And I'll be back for Friday Night Live tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. You're doing a similar dresser right now, but in Cowgirl Coral and 2 other pinks. I love the combination of the of the pinks. And I absolutely love that. It's very happy. So no water on the base coat. No, I didn't need any water at all. I'm only using 1 color, so I really just wanted some good coverage. If I were going to, thank you, Liesel. If I were going to start blending more than 1 color, then I would go ahead and add some water, which I probably will tomorrow when we work on with the letterpress gray. I probably will add some water at that point. You guys have an awesome afternoon. Thanks for joining me here today. If you have any questions, feel free to type them out there. And if you need more information about my tutorials that are on sale right now, there's the link right there. And that will give you some more information. You know what, Dionne? I admire you. Fatima, I admire you. Thank you so much for saying that. You're my favorite today. Thanks for the hearts and the shares, you guys. Have an awesome Thursday, and I'll be back tomorrow. Good night, guys.